Hey guys, so I'm not even sure what week this is. I'm never sure what week this is anymore. So I finished the 8-week program that I was doing, okay? So let's talk about it, all right? Let's insert the clips if there's clips, all right? So finished 8 weeks, okay? And I don't know if I'm gonna do, I think I'll do a separate, maybe on the blog, do a separate review of just the program in general. But this week was fine. I've gotten to the point, at least with this program, where I kind of figured out a schedule. Like I said last week, I gave up on waking up early to do my lifting and a cardio session. So I was getting one cardio session done. This week was two 55-minute cardio sessions. I think that I am short maybe one session. One of the days I could only fit in 30 minutes, and then another day I could only fit in like 20 minutes or something. So yeah, so I think I'm short like 50 minutes, but that's neither here nor there. I don't think 50 minutes of cardio is gonna make that big of a difference. So this week the workouts were very short, not as much volume, versus the week before, or last week it was very like the reps were 30, 25, or 30, 20, 10, 10, 20, 30. This was just 30, 20, 10, if that makes sense, or 30, 15, 30, 20, 15, 10, something like that. Anyways, it wasn't as much volume. Oh, I'm a little tired. See, I'm using something different today. But it wasn't as much volume, if that makes sense. So I'm alive. I made it through. I was able to do my cardio. I was still doing spin. I'm still doing Peloton spin classes, and so I was able to do that fine. Energy is very low because I did take my pictures and everything, and go down to the blog link in the description box, and you'll see my progress so far, and I'll post my progress for this program, this 8-week program, and then I'll post my progress from January, and that'll be noted in the blog post. But I feel some type of way. I feel some type of way because for as much as I was doing, I really felt like this was seriously the hardest program I've ever done. And I've completed a few different programs, mostly like Beachbody programs like Insanity and that kind of stuff. But this program was tough, especially when you factor in the amount of the amount of volume as far as weightlifting, the amount of weight you're lifting, and then the amount of cardio that was required for this program. And I don't feel like my results were worth the work that I did. And granted, there are a lot of variables, and I know food is the biggest one. And for the first 5 weeks, I was still kind of eating all the beef and stuff. So granted, that could be why. But it's so discouraging. It is so discouraging to kind of like literally bust your ass and have minimal change. There's changes. I'm not going to sit here and say that, nothing happened. I do look a tiny bit leaner, tiny bit. I do, like, my stomach pudge isn't all the way out there anymore. It's still a little out there, but it's not all the way out there anymore. But for as much, I think what's messing me up is I'm not losing weight at the rate that I feel like I should be losing weight. And granted, I'm older now, and so that of course factors into the whole you're not going to be losing weight how you used to lose weight situation. But it's just discouraging. Like, that's the only thing I can say. It's just discouraging because, like, I literally busted my ass, and I feel like, why? Why? Like, that's when I looked at my pictures, like, I feel like I look a lot smaller, but when I look at pictures, you know, it's not really anything. There really wasn't any change from last week as far as my measurements go, but overall, and I'm taking my measurements from when I first started. Okay, so y'all know I started this 8-week process. It took me 10 weeks to finish it, but this 8-week program, right before I went on vacation in March. Okay, so I went on vacation in March, and I put on some weight, right? So there was a spike in there, so I had to drop that weight and then continue to drop, right? So I started the program at 184. That next week and a half, when I got back and was ready to get back on it, I was up to 189. Okay, and then now I'm sitting at 176. Last week I was 175, so I'm right in between those two. But overall, from the start of the program, I lost 17 inches all around, everywhere. And then lost, what was that? 184 to 176, 7 pounds or something like that. So it's a lot of work, and granted, that's a pound a week if we're talking about 8 weeks, a little less than a pound a week, which is, when you put that in perspective, that's good. That's usually what we want. But y'all, for the amount of work I was doing, I want 2 pounds a week, but it's fine. It's fine. I spent today was Saturday, I spent today kind of wallowing in my disappointment, watching the royal wedding and wallowing in my disappointment. But I just, it's disappointing. So going forward, like I said last week, I am going to start Tawana Eubanks bikini trainer, I want to say it's called. And I went through and I already wrote down week 1 in my, y'all know I keep a notebook of my for my workouts. So I've already gone through and written it out, so I'm ready to start on Monday. My big issue is cardio. So like I said, I've been doing a ton of cardio, and what I want to do as far as food, I'm looking to add in a bit of calories, because I think from what my plan is going forward. So I have these 8 weeks with the Tawana Eubanks program, right? And I would like to kind of add in more food, right, to build a little bit more. Take these 8 weeks, and then after these 8 weeks are done, kind of shred till it's time for me to go on my vacation to Cuba, and then 2 weeks after that I'm going to Miami for Carnival. So that's kind of my plan going forward. So these 8 weeks I'm looking to add in a little bit more food, and so I cannot do as much cardio as I was doing, and I don't want to do as much cardio as I was doing because I hate cardio. So I'm looking to, this is where I'm a little unsure. I'm not sure if I should taper the cardio down. So whereas, you know, I was doing 2 55-minute sessions, drop it to 2 40-minute sessions, or is that too big of a drop? You know, because really what I would like to do is max 45 minutes of cardio. Like, I can do a 45-minute bike ride and be good. So that's max, like, in all, what I would want to do ever in life, a day. And so that's where I want to go to, but I'm afraid if I just start at my 45 minutes cardio, and raise my food, you know, it'll kind of, it won't reflect well in my measurements and my weight. So I think as I'm talking, I'm kind of working it out in my head. I think what I'm going to do, because I cannot continue to do cardio like I was doing, I think what I'm going to do is kind of see where I'm at with the 45 minutes of cardio and to keep my food at the same level, and then start adding in food next week. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to stay at my 1500 calorie level with 60% of that being fat. What is it? 60, 25, and 30. I can never remember. I stay using my fitness pal because I literally can never remember my macros. But where are my goals? So yeah, so 60, 30, and 10%. So that's my breakdown: fat, protein, carbs. So I'm going to keep that for next week and drop my cardio and see what that does, see where that puts me, see how I feel. Yeah, but like I said, a little disappointed in my results, but it is what it is. I am going, as soon as I stop filming, I'm going to go buy a on Amazon, of course, go get a body fat caliper, little thing so I can do like the pinches and stuff, because I need to get a body fat measurement in there. And my scale, I don't really trust the whole, you know, shooting electrodes into whatever it is. So I'm gonna buy some calipers and try to do my body fat every 2 weeks. Still doing my weight and stuff weekly, but doing my body fat every 2 weeks and going from there. So yeah, that's the plan. But go to the blog, look at the pictures and all that jazz. Tell me what you think. There is major change from January. Major change from January. Like, goddamn, why was that so big? But as far as now, from 10 weeks ago to now, the change is not as noticeable. It's noticeable, but it's not something that I want to run and tell folks about. So kind of disappointed. But anyways, yeah, that's really all I have to say. That's really all I have to say. So hopefully everyone that was doing the previous program with me, the Cage Muscle program, was able to finish and had good results. And if you did have good results, DM them to me or something, like let me know how much you lost or whatever. Give me some joy. Give me some joy when it comes to this weight loss thing, because I'm feeling a little depleted, I am looking forward to this new program though, because all of the glute work and all that jazz. And when I went through and wrote out the workouts for week 1, like Brent Contreras, his fingerprints are all over this program, So I'm very, very, very excited to do it. And yeah, so all right, guys, I am going to take off this wig, wash my face, and go to sleep because it's late. Well, I'm going to edit this video and then I'm going to go to sleep because it's late. So I will talk to you guys later. Bye.